let's get started.
Alright, guys. I had to cut the music and I have to talk about this. This figure has been one of my most anticipated figures. So far in the recent SH MONSTERARTS line, I mean, besides there was Mecha Godzilla and Mecha Godzilla, Biolante, King Ghidorah, this one right here, and then there's Ghidorah, and now Monster X. All my anticipated figures of the recent MONSTERARTS line. And I have to say, this is one of my favorite boxes. I said that in my last unboxing video with Ghidorah, that Ghidorah's box is my favorite of all time. This one's close. This one is freaking close. It's huge. It's huge. I have to back my stuff all the way back. I have to back him all the way back. It's crazy. This is a big box. He is huge. So, I mean, we'll hopefully take a closer look at it here in a little bit. But there's a funny story with this figure. So I had originally pre-ordered this. I usually pre-order a lot of figures on a lot of different sites, like Big Bad, and then I go to Awesome Collector, and then, just to secure my pre-order, and then I cancel on whoever gets it first. And GameStop comes out of nowhere, and they have this whopping $169 offer. Normally this figure is $225 to $250 with or without shipping. Sometimes it could be more with shipping. So they come out of, they're like, hey, you can save $69, and it was $169 something. I think mine after tax and shipping was $171, and that was a steal for this figure. But then, GameStop, it has a release date tracker, and it's you got 14 weeks until this is out. And it would always change. And it would constantly change and change and change and change and change. And then finally, it didn't change. It just kind of said awaiting stock. So email them, and then basically they tell me they're not getting this figure at all. Me and Troll were bummed out. Troll Council says goes to Awesome Collector. And then... that's upside down. And then, out of nowhere, GameStop is trying to charge me for this King Ghidorah. I didn't have significant funds for them to take it, for them to charge me for the figure, but GameStop out of nowhere, they had it in stock, and the website said it was in stock, and I bet maybe as of right now it says it's in stock, maybe, but out of nowhere it's in stock. And I was like, holy shit, okay, so payday's around the corner, and, GameStop won't cancel it, anytime soon right now, though they usually keep, if they can't charge you for a pre-order, normally they'll wait, I don't know how long, maybe a week, maybe even less than that, but I know it's not within, a day or two, they will cancel it. So I'm like, okay, payday's around the corner, so I'll be able to get King Ghidorah for a whopping good deal. Payday comes around, get paid, they're not charging King Ghidorah. And then out of nowhere, they just fucking cancel my order, and then Ghidorah goes off the website, and then he goes back on, and I'm pretty sure he's back on their website. Not for $169 or whatever it was. Not for that price. So I got cheese, so I went to Awesome Collector, and that's where this bad boy is from. Awesome Collector. So, yeah, I had... I should have got this guy a long time ago, but that just didn't end up happening, unfortunately. But here we are, and then I wanted to wait for the perfect occasion to unbox the figure. And today's the day. We're doing it. I got some box damage on mine, unfortunately, and just like a little bit nicks and nannies here and there. I would love to keep this box in condition because it is, you know, it's magnificent. Troll said, because Troll got his before me, of course, and he says that this figure is worth the hype, and it's way better than the last one. Okay, let's get this beautiful box out of the way. I will display you some other day. Today's not the day. Yeah, Troll says this is way better than the first release. I gotta say, the first release was a nightmare to own. Absolute nightmare, and kind of unfun to have. The paint was off, wasn't accurate, and then like it just wasn't fun to handle or even touch. But from what I've seen from this guy, what I've seen from him is they fixed him. I just wish there was more accurate sculpt, tails and heads and stuff, but that's fine. So here's the wing. That bad boy. And, oh, it's also really funny enough, the original release too, I broke the wing on mine, or I broke a horn on my wing. Because the poor engineering that they did with that figure caused me to lose the wing, and it fell on the floor back in the day. So that was lame. There he is, and he's wrapped up like in a tuga. You know what, so far, yeah, I think they fixed it. Because the original release, you touch anything and it would fall apart. Just like that. It was crazy. It was crazy and fun. Oh. Like this one, actually, this one seems more articulated than the other one, and it's like holding its parts. Actually, the thing I had the most trouble with was the tails. The tails would always fall apart on me. Okay. Grab all these pieces because I'm putting this plastic back in the. Oh my god. Yeah. That seems fixed, because I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that, like... I mean, that right there is fine, because I'm kind of, you know, rough with it. But, like, the problem that I experienced is something kind of like this. This was something that I would kind of do, but on a more easier scale. And they actually pop back into place. Like, I can actually hear it popping. So, this seems mildly better. Yeah, because... I'll show you if I can, but I couldn't do this. I couldn't pull them out of the plastic like that when I got mine. But they were so fragile to handle. It was bizarre. Let me grab these last pieces, if I may. Oh, they're in the back. Get this out of the way. I'll put that back together. So we got all that, all these fun accessories. So the problem that I had with the original release, what did cause me to drop a wing and break a horn on it, was, so here's the wing. So you would insert the first wing. I don't have the original release anymore, if you're wondering. Yo, dude, that is miles. Dude, I'm shaking it and it's not coming out. Wow. And, like, it's like the articulation is so much. What? Yo, bro, dude. What a worthy of a release. Like, even if it's a cash grab, You know, just a repaint that should have been done in the first release. Fuck, dude, they fixed it. What? Oh, dude, I was freaking out. I thought I didn't have a hole. I was about to be like, awesome collector, I have to send this back. There's no hole. Oh yeah, I couldn't do this. So the problem I would have with the original release when I got it was putting it was becoming with a battle between putting the tails on, getting him to stand, and then getting the last wing on. So I'd be holding him like this, and then I'd be trying to get the other wing on, you know, and then the tails would be popping off, and you couldn't get the tails on. It was a nightmare. It was the absolute fucking nightmare for me. I don't know if that's for everyone, but it was a nightmare for me. So honestly, if you are on the fence again, this figure, still, no, buy him. Buy him. Buy him right now. Buy him. I'm not even reviewing this guy. This is not a review, and I'm already buy him. He's worth it. I'm gonna have to take the wings off though, because I can't get the tails on. I'm like blown. Like what? Yeah, I'm trying to pull it off, and it actually won't come off. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. So we're gonna be right back. And here he is. And there's the stands, and he's all put together and stuff. He looks awesome. Now, before I gush about him any further, I do got some complaints, and I will put this in the review. Number one, these stands, they gotta go. Man, we need a different system in place here, because these stands, here, check this out. They work, right? I can shake this. You can shake this. You can live in an area where earthquakes are common, and your aquarium tank is more likely to fall than this guy. But they look weird, for one, and I feel like they take away his posability. Because for one, he sits on this, you know, his crotch holder, and I feel like that alone kind of makes his feet float. And that's one thing I didn't like about the original release, is that that one specifically, he floated when he sat on this, unless you pose him in a certain way. But then he would be leaning, and that'd be putting more stress on these wing supporters right here. This one they seem to kind of figure it out, because he's not really leaning too much. But yeah, as I said, you know, your aquarium is more likely to fall over than Ghidorah. So, secondly, the tails, they gotta go. We need a new engineering system. I mean, realistically, as awesome as this figure is, it's not accurate to what we saw in the movie. The heads are huge, and I feel like the necks are longer, and the tails are definitely longer, because in the movie he's got the tails like up here past these heads. So we need new tails anyway. And I feel like we need a new release with a more accurate depiction of the monstrous Ghidorah. Not to say this guy isn't awesome with his stylized, you know, with the stylized areas, but if they are going to re-release this figure and they need to figure out better engineering for tails, probably be then. And I kind of got an idea. I mean, come on, guys. Come on. Let me turn Ghidorah around. It's okay, Ghidorah. We still love you. Nothing to be ashamed about. Oh, one of the supports fell. That's fine. I'll get it. See, even with only one, he's still kind of leaning perfectly. So, I mean, oh shit, he's tipping. Okay, he needs both of the supports. So I'll just I figured a way to have longer tails, and the way to have longer tails is that you have one big piece that isn't articulated. That's the way I see it. Now you can say, well, that would take away posing capabilities with the figure. I would say, yeah. So re-release different types of tail pieces, I guess. I don't know what you would call them, for different posability if you were to have them like in different areas. But like the way I want to display him I want a piece that kind of goes out like this. Just one solid piece, just like that. And then you would attach the articulated tail on top of it. That's how I would do it personally, because these tails got to go. They got to go. This is still a huge gripe that I have with the first release and kind of with this one. It's better here, but I wanted to see it kind of gone. So the problem I was having off camera just now was that this tail, I don't know what it is, but it likes to come off. And it's actually stuck in a position. So this middle area right here, where my thumb's kind of grazing, doesn't like to bend. It doesn't like to articulate, despite this whole piece made out of ball joints. But it doesn't like to bend. I don't have my hair dry. I don't know where the fuck it is. I don't know. So I don't really know how to loosen this guy up at this very moment in time. So that could be it. But this is what I had with the first release, where he couldn't stand on his 2 feet, even with the support stands and the crotch holder, because the tail would be in this weird position where it was preventing him from standing upright. So these tails, I don't like them. And if you don't have a problem with these tails, like, well, I didn't have a problem getting them on and stuff. Mine are fine. Like, even so, they got to go. They're short and stubby. I mean, come on, guys. You versus the guy she told you not to worry about. Okay? We can do this. We can have a perfect King Ghidorah, legendary King Ghidorah release. I believe in Tamashii. This is a huge step in the right direction, and this is one of the best MONSTERARTS figures out there. Just sculpt and paint-wise, you know? So, yeah. Now it's just going to keep popping off. So, I'm probably going to end it here. The figure, it's mwah. Look, I mean, it's fucking gorgeous. Look at this thing. His necks are still a little stiff. I have to find my hairdryer and loosen him up. I did hear that there's a quality control issue with this head right here, where there's like a joint that likes to pop off. So I'm kind of scared to heat that one up. But all in all, guys, like this, let me show you something. I already showed you this. Like, dude, you cannot do this with the first one at all. The first one, it wouldn't plug in. You would have this motherfucker on display and it would slip out, even with the stand. It was crazy. I mean, look at that. You couldn't do this with the heads. Couldn't do this with the heads at all. I mean, look at what I'm doing right now. You couldn't do this. The heads were like, trust in the golden boy. Despite the nitpicks I have with these stands and the tail, this tail actually seems to be okay. Buy him. Buy him. Get him. Buy. Do it. There you go. Buy him. He's awesome. I don't have Mud Boy anymore. I watch a lot of Steven Toys reviews. But it's true. Fucking get him. Get him. He's awesome. I'm going to put him on display. Actually, I want to show you guys what he looks like with everyone else. Before I display him, if you guys need any further convincing, buy him. Do it. If you own the original release, you're like, man, I don't want to go through that shit again. Sell the original. Get this one. Sell them before people catch on and they don't want to buy it. Because they want this boy. This is best boy right here. And here he is with Mecha Godzilla. We got Ghidorah flying form. We got an Argo down there. I don't have a thing for him yet. Godzilla, Kong, Mothra. I don't have Rodan anymore. I gotta get another Rodan. This is like my current display I got going on right now. Can't wait to have Monster X right behind Fino Goji. It's gonna be sick. So I got him displayed pretty well. If I do that, yeah, he rocks back and forth, but I got the stands pretty good on him. You can see his crotch stand. I got the buildings hiding it. You can see the crotch holder right there. I had to make sure that he is stable because if he falls, he's taking on Mecha Godzilla and he's taking on Ghidorah. Probably both Ghidorahs. Probably even Kong. He's taking out everybody. possibly. So I had to absolutely make sure that he is on properly, and I think he is. The only thing I might have to look out for is if he like slouches over time, but I kind of doubt it because right now he's like really stiff. If Kevin here would look like a derp. Duh. All right, guys. So get him, okay? I want you to give your hearts and wallets to Daddy Tamashi Nation. Hashtag Daddy Tamashi Nation in the comments, because they did it. I mean, we are this close to greatness, but we're almost there. Look at this golden boy. Maybe I'll move him to where he won't take out, you know, $150 and $200 worth more of figures, and I'll be like $800 in the drain. But as of right now, I think he's fine right here with Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla is going to get his own display here pretty soon when I get the new Kong. So this will probably be moving down there with Ultima, because he's down there by himself, kind of stupid. He's kind of lonely on these shelves. So yeah, he's probably going to move anyway with Kong, and this Godzilla's probably going to stay with this Ghidorah, and then I'm going to bust out my GVK Godzilla and put him with Mechagodzilla. Yeah, I got this whole thing all figured out, kind of. So that is it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay awesome. Look at the eyeball.